It's hard to believe 10 years ago this week, a little Sarasota girl was abducted at a car wash, sparking a search that captured the attention of the entire country. Surveillance video caught the moment that 11-year-old Carlie Brucia was grabbed by a stranger, and after a massive manhunt, it was discovered that she had been raped and murdered. The community is now looking back and preparing to remember her. News Channel 8's John Rogers is joining us from Sarasota County tonight with more on this, which was a very big story at the time. So heartbreaking the way it all turned out. It's hard to believe 10 years has passed.
It certainly is hard to believe, Keith, and it certainly was a huge story. I mean, let me count the ways. The FBI sent agents down here to help out the sheriff's office in this investigation. NASA helped out in trying to enhance the surveillance video. And once the body was discovered, an executive order came down from the White House closing off the airspace above the church so news choppers couldn't fly over. I spoke today with a detective who worked that case 10 years ago, and he says that case still haunts him. It was the evening of February 1st, 2004. It was Super Bowl Sunday, and 11-year-old Carlie Brucia was taking a shortcut back home from a friend's house when she passed behind a car wash and was never heard from again.
And it captured the actual moment of the abduction.
The video and the ensuing search captivated the nation. Captain Jeff Bell was a lieutenant at the time.
We definitely felt the pressure of the obligation that we had on our shoulders. Ultimately, what we were trying to do is get her home alive.
Sadly, that never happened. Her body was found behind a church a few days later. She had been raped and murdered. Joseph Smith was later charged and is now on death row. The story certainly did not end the way Bell had wanted, but at least they were able to find the killer.
There's no doubt in my mind that the video was the key.
Captain Bell says since then, more and more businesses have been using surveillance cameras, and newer technology has led to improved image enhancement.
A lot of times, either computer or digital imagery has become, an important part of investigations.
10 years later, Bell says the Carlie Brucia case was one of the most significant of his career, and he hopes the community learns a lesson from this tragedy.
More so than having to deal with it again, I would tell you that my hope is that we're aware of it enough that it'll never happen again here.
The 10-year anniversary is actually February 1st, this Saturday, and there'll be a special candlelight memorial service in honor of her over at the Central Church of Christ on Proctor Road. It was actually behind that church that her body was found a few days after her disappearance. There's going to be a candlelight memorial service at 6:30 this Saturday night, and the public is invited to attend. Reporting in Sarasota County, John Rogers, News Channel 8.